Spanish has masculine and feminine, like grammar, like in the words. So like colors or female and male, you use an A or an O. So recently, people find that it's not very inclusive for people who go by they, them, or, or they don't want to identify as masculine or feminine or she or he. So that's why the word Latinx came about. So, like, a lot of us here like to use Latinx, but it's not, like, actually in the Spanish language. So actual, like, native Spanish speakers, like, kind of are like, what is that? But it's kind of, like, used here more and, like, in, like, academic purposes. And
Yeah, because academics have, whatever. Because we were always creating stuff. So let's look at this, right? So in the Spanish language, so you're Latina. I'm not, but I would be Latino. But together we're Latinos, plural. We use the masculine, right?
Sí.
And so, but that's kind of weird. That's like saying mankind. Going back to Latinx, how many Latinos? So I think you were kind of alluding to the fact that this is mostly like an academic thing, the Latinx thing.
Yeah, so I don't have anything against using Latinx. Like, I think it's nice and inclusive. It's just, in terms of language, the older generation is like, Latinx, like,
No, they don't
what
do
is that?
Yeah.
So I think it's just, like, in terms of language, it's like not grammatically like a thing in Spanish. So that's kind of the issue with it. But I think if it makes people feel included and prefer to use it, like, who says we can't make a little language change?
Totally, man. So. Like, for me, I don't use it really a lot. But I mean, I use it. Well, first off, people don't use it outside the U.S., right? People are like, you Americans.
I don't think so.
No, you're a bunch of knuckleheads, right? Ask Julie. We talked to Julie the other day. They don't use it in Colombia. Nobody uses this. But it's a thing that we've created just as a way to bust through this idea of the male-female. Because once again, you understand, if I'm talking about just the women in here, it's all like las estudiantes, right? All of the women, the female. I'm going to use the female. But if I'm talking, and the men, it's going to be los, right? It's the male. But if I'm talking about all of you together, we revert back to the male. And so it's just a thing to say, just hold on, cowboy. Just like, can we just think about this for a second, right? And this is kind of cool for women in here, right? For women, it's like, come on, man, just put your foot down and say, like, hold on, men created this language. Can I swear? Can I swear for a second?
In Spanish.
In Spanish?
Just kidding.
No, the Spanish words I know are really bad. It'd be like, motherfuckers, like, you all, like, come on, man. All the men, like, if you're all so cool and chill, then start using female pronouns to refer to yourself. Like, who cares? That's the thing, right? But men created the language, and so we're like, oh, no, you don't have to do that. Like, come on. All right, cool. Dude, by the way, just start referring to God as a she. Just see what happens, man. It's fun, actually. And why not? God gave birth. If you believe in God, you believe in this idea that God gave birth, right? Women give birth. God gave birth to the universe. Men don't give birth. Women give birth. Right here, man. Boom. There's the universe. Like, oh my God. Right? Came right out of me, God. So God clearly would be a she and not a he. If God is anything, it's going to be a she. But I have this idea that if you keep thinking about God as a man and keep using he, it really influences a relationship to the divine and to the cosmos. It really does. And it shifts. If you just shift that, we all talk about our mothers and this. God the mother. By the way, in most of human history, God used to be a she, and probably throughout most of human history, most ways of conceptualizing God in most cultures around the world was that God was a she, not a he. So it's just this monotheistic Abrahamic tradition kind of stuff.